DOGE will likely discover unprecedented fraud and corruption, given that already has found just yesterday that 4.7 trillion American dollars, trillion with a T, in payments to the Treasury Department were missing a minor critical tracking code, making tracing that money almost impossible going forward. Now, that is a truly incredible number, isn't it?
It is truly incredible. And Chris, I have to wonder, why is it just now that we're finding out about this?
Right.
I mean, to your point about permanent Washington, I mean, you've had Republicans and Democrats in positions of power who could have spotted this missing figure long ago. And it just goes to show, I think, why this could be a bipartisan issue and why the House had a hearing last week. And I think that they said a lot of the right things about wanting to work together to find waste, fraud, and abuse. Now, at the end of the day, whether or not they can get along and actually come to some sort of an agreement and figure out a savings for taxpayers is another question entirely.
It is. Look, these are amazing numbers. It's astonishing. And you're both absolutely right. And as Republicans and Democrats and permanent Washington, it's been going on for decades and decades. And if we're talking about $4.7 trillion, hey, where'd that money go? And when somebody knocks on the door representing the President of the United States and says, hey, we want to investigate what happened to this money, and they throw themselves in front of trains trying to prevent you from finding out.
And there was a time in the Democrat Party that they believed in balancing the budget. They believed in cutting, federal jobs. That was under Bill Clinton and Al Gore. Like, you would think if the Democrats would go back to more of the common sense policies of how do you stop this growth of a bloated government? How do you stop wasteful spending? I mean, I think they would be cheered on, but it's all about, we said it the other day, the Elon Musk derangement syndrome. They hate Elon. They feel like Elon just continuously is completely overshadowing the Democrats all the time, and they can't get a handle as to how to stop him from making these very dramatic changes, and I think many of them have been needed right now.
Now, the DOGE are they're not only the only ones uncovering fraud and waste and abuse. Arizona Republican Congressman Eli Crane, a Republican, obviously, announcing that the House Oversight Committee has uncovered 241 million taxpayer dollars that the funds were used to study transgender surgeries and treatments on, stand by now, animals. Now, Congressman Crane also says that Dr. Anthony Fauci authorized 95% of these experiments. That freaky Fauci, that is getting some funky stuff done there. So transgender animals, that's tranimals.
Crucial to the operations of the federal government.
Right.
And a true honor to the taxpayers that their hard-earned money went to fund this. But this is par for the course of what DOGE has been finding. We have found ridiculous amounts of fraud, waste, and abuse. Things like spending $12 million to build a pickleball court in Las Vegas, or close to $1 million to study habitats for Mexican ducks across the border. Just an enormous amount of ridiculousness. And here's kind of the central point. If you have so much of it, it's hard to focus on just one thing. And that's how I believe they've been able to get away with it for so long, because there's just been so much of it that's been concealed, they've gotten away scot-free with it.
Well, and I've got to say, the Democrat Party is not doing a good job of sounding like a group of Americans interested in the American taxpayer dollar. They've staked out the waste, fraud, and abuse position here.
Well, first of all, I don't think that Elon is going out looking for waste, fraud, and abuse when he's unilaterally going in to the Treasury, shutting down things he doesn't like CPF,
one of those government agents.
Elizabeth Warren.
Right, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
The one that was hijacked to suppress the First Amendment.
Yeah, well, the one that got $20 billion of money back to, excuse me, come on,
so we got 20 seconds, we got to hurry.
Yeah, exactly, to get that money back to the American consumer. I think that that's really important. And just go through the process of Congress passing a bill, then it goes to the president's desk, and then the president signs.
We're beyond that,
and that's where exactly we are. And that's
we
the
are
problem
beyond that.
we
are beyond that because we're finding $20 billion in duffel bags in train stations at this point.
Information, truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.